So thanks for this, Howard. It's a real privilege being able to come to you and talk to you like this and get your insights. So one of the things I really wanted to talk to you about is Leslie Silver, because it's obvious when we talk to you or anybody talks to you about Leeds, you always talk about Leslie and the impact he had and what you did together. So just tell me a little bit, what was he like as a man?
He was a gentleman, and maybe sometimes people saw him as that gentleman and didn't really understand that behind that gentleman was a man of steel, a man who knew what he believed in, a man who had come, not him directly, but whose family went back to immigration from, I'm sure it was Russia, parents. And the family had worked its way from there to the position Leslie occupied when I arrived, both in his job and in the enormous part he played at the club, in terms of he was a proper chairman. He understand the problems of football, and it's not like dealing with the people who worked in his factory. And was a good listener, but intelligent enough to, if he thought something was incorrect, to raise it and question it. So, a perfect chairman.
Well, it feels very much like a marriage night in heaven, you and him, and so I'll talk a little bit about.
And
go on. Well,
then, and you've got him there, then you've got Bill Fotherby there, two totally different characters, superficially, but underneath that superficial first impression were two good blokes, strong, but listeners. You know, it's one thing being good at managing anything, but to manage properly, you've got to listen.
Because it never struck me that Bill Fotherby was a listener, but that's interesting. Do you want to say a little bit more about that?
Judging by first impressions, is never. You should never take your first impression as what it is you think about somebody. You've got to go a bit deeper than that. In particular, if you can work with them, it's different. If you're in a pub or you're around a dinner table or you're in a meeting somewhere, that's different. But in terms of the other aspect of leadership, or other aspects of leadership which matter, one of them is obviously, definitely, listening and weighing up what it is you've heard. And in addition to that, allowing people or giving people the feeling that you do listen, you do try to understand, but at the same time, they recognise that you've got to make a decision. Sometimes that's difficult. Sometimes it might not be a decision which is in their favour. But they take that as part of the, you're not a sergeant in the army. Yeah, you do give orders, but and I shouldn't be saying that, because I've no doubt the military is just the same. I've no doubt the military has probably made as much and more progress than most areas of work in terms of the necessity to get people on side and
It's a different
to
world, isn't it? That's right.
be seen to listen, and then accepting that you are in a position where you've got to make decisions which sometimes might not favour them, but they do understand that.
Okay.